Hello, flourishing people. You're flourishing, right? Leave me a flower emoji below in the comment section below to show me that you are alive and flourishing. Today, we're going to prepare this Igbotic pie. Oh my God. Guess what is inside? Yeah, don't go and look, eh? Don't go and do expo down there. Don't. Don't even try it. Just for the fun of it, go and guess below what is inside before you start watching, and let me know if you got it right later. Look at that. Look at how golden it looks. Hey, you'll be shocked at how I made this pie. Come on, let's go. I know you can't wait. We'll start with the crust, Igbotic crust. So that's why here we have ripe plantain. Because all plantains are not equal, they don't weigh the same thing. So this is the weight of the plantain I am using. Unpeeled, 345 grams. That's 12.2 ounces. And this is the weight after peeling. 265 grams, 9.3 ounces. This is plain flour, and this is salt. This quantity of salt, about 1 teaspoon or half a teaspoon, and palm oil. We need something to react with the flour to make it more palatable. I know that this is not Igbotic, but the ingredient with the closest property to baking powder would be edible potash, and I don't want to use it, so yeah, I'm using baking powder. We start by cutting up and mashing the plantain. This one is still hard, eh? You can also use overripe plantain. That one is easier to mash up, but this one I'm going to use my chopper to chop it as always. Lately, this chopper is the hardest worker in my kitchen. Hey, sometimes I'll be pitying it. See, if you blend plantains like this, the sweetness will come out. Ooh, that's when you know that this is a very sweet staple. Add salt. Add this baking powder. I'm adding it here because I don't know the exact quantity of flour I'll use, because like I said earlier, no two plantains weigh the same. Also, the stage of ripening of the plantain determines how much flour you need. For instance, this one is ripe, perfectly ripe. Some overripe ones like this will be softer, so after blending it, it will be more liquidy. Yeah, the consistency of this one and that one will not be the same. And when you're using very overripe ones, it's getting more liquidy. For this quantity of plantain, I'll add 2 tablespoons of palm oil. Then I start adding the all-purpose flour bit by bit. The aim is to get a smooth ball of dough that is easily malleable. See, it's still sticky, so it needs more flour. We want a non-sticky ball of dough. It took all the flour, eh? 2.5 cups of flour. See? It took all of that. Like I said earlier, yours may take more flour or less flour depending on how ripe the plantain is. The plantain has so many variables. The size, the stage of ripeness. What's the correct English? Hey, but it's perfect. Look at how golden it looks. Look at lovely. Hey. I cover with a cling film or a clean towel and leave it to rest for 10 to 15 minutes. While the dough is resting over there, we'll make the filling. This is plain boiled beans. Don't mind the way this beans looks. This is brown beans, Nigerian brown beans that has been boiled to, yeah, it's well done, very soft. You can see that it melts when you press it. Yeah, the only thing I added to these beans when cooking it was salt and onions. And you have fish. This filling, in fact, this whole Igbotic pie is made from the concept of beans, plantains, and fish. You get the flow, you get me. So you can actually prepare this pie with any filling from your part of Nigeria and call it Oduduwa pie, call it Arewa pie, call it Efik pie, Ibibio pie, TV pie, Nupe pie, yeah, whatever pie you want. Take a photo, tag me on Instagram, tag me across social media on Facebook, here on YouTube if you make a video. Let's come and watch and see what you used as filling in yours. You can also make Igbotic pie, this one, this exact one. This fish, I just brought it out from the freezer. That's why it's looking depressed, but yeah, that's fine. Then I have habanero pepper over here, add to your taste. I have seasoning cube, I have onions, salt, and palm oil. Let's go. Chop the onions like this. Looks like this onions is too much. Anyway, let's be going. Chop the pepper the same way. Add some onions to the fish. Add the seasoning cube. Click the like button. Have you? Add a little bit of salt and 1 of water. You want the water to dry up by the time the fish is done, so 3 ounces of water. No fish cooks in no time, especially mackerel, eh? And especially this thinly sliced one. I'm cooking it on high heat so that this water can dry fast. Actually done. I'm deboning while waiting for it to dry. Has dried up. Put it in a plate and debone all those fins and fine bones. I'm using my fingers so I can feel the bones very well. See? You don't want somebody to eat bone, bite into these bones while eating the pie. It will be like hey, somebody translate. Mash it up gently, not too much. Like that. Final lap for the filling. Add some palm oil in a dry pot, clean dry pot. Once it heats up, you add the onions. Let's test. This onions is too much, but yeah. Fry. Just for a bit. Once the onions is translucent, add the fish, add the pepper, click the like button. Have you? Before the gods of Igbo land come and ask you why. Why are you not liking this Igbotic pie? Then add the beans. You can add more fish than beans actually, yeah. Any proportion you like. We'll talk a little. You need just a little bit of salt. Just a little bit. That's done actually. By now, the dough has rested very well. The number of pies you can get from this dough depends on how flat you roll it out and the diameter of the cutter you use to cut it. So you can divide the filling into how many pies you want, and then you use mathematics to try to achieve it from the dough. Okay, so let's see, how many do you want us to get? How many of you are watching? Let me divide it into the number of people that are watching. Hey, this Igbotic pie must reach everybody. I'm aiming for 8 pies. Does that even look divided there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll be putting it here. Oven tray lined with a baking sheet. If you're using a gas oven, this is not advisable because it's a fire hazard. Just rub palm oil, palm oil on the oven tray, or margarine or butter. But you know, to keep it Igbotic, it needs to be palm oil. For sealant and for glazing, we use eggs. You need a brush, a fork, and a cutter. Eight, no? For sure, yeah, you do 8. Are you sure this will be up to 8? I'll start with 5. Rub the sealant. The egg is acting as a sealant now. Cover. And close. Repeat it like that until the last one. Look at that. Now rub some egg on top so it will be golden. Looking Igbotically yumilicious. Well done. The best thing would have been to bake this in a pot, don't you think? To keep it Igbotic. To maintain the theme. But yeah, if you don't have an oven, use a pot. I have a video on my channel where I showed how to bake this kind of thing in a pot. So yeah, use a pot to bake it from this point. You can do a second pass if you wish. Bake in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius, that's 350 Fahrenheit, till golden. I will tell you how long this one took. After 30 minutes, look at that. Look at what it looks like. I think it's done. Yeah, it's done. It's golden. It's brown. Well, let me bake it a little bit more. I'll reduce the heat to 150. After 35 minutes, it's done. It's definitely done now. And it's burning. Look at it. I was expecting it to be more golden, but maybe the half an hour was the perfect time. Let's open it. Still hot, eh? Woo! Can you see that steam? Hi! Look at that! If you were in this kitchen when this thing was baking, oh my god, at about the 15-minute mark, this place was just smelling heavenly. The aroma is out of this world, yeah. Hi. There's food in this world, though. Bye bye. See you soon.